it is Dani and welcome to this update video. I really hope you're doing amazing today, and we'll be looking at what is going on across the North Atlantic with focus being on the Caribbean, but we can see that it is pretty active in parts of the southeastern US. There's been some tornadoes, there's been a lot of heavy rain in some areas as well, and unfortunately a few lives have been lost in the ongoing severe weather event. So I hope that everyone currently being affected is doing okay right now. But aside from that, looking across the Atlantic, we can see that frontal system stretching through and then going towards the Caribbean. Nothing is really happening right now, but there are some showers loitering around in some areas. Down to northern South America, some afternoon thunderstorms are popping up in some areas, although not very widespread. Zooming into the Caribbean here, we can see, so there's some cloud cover in parts of the northeast, and that's resulting in some rainfall activity for parts of the Leeward Islands, even Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands. There's been a few showers loitering around, and even for parts of Central America as well. But for most of us, it has been quite windy, and it has also been quite dry, with much not really happening in the realm of rainfall activity. As we take a look at the rainfall forecast for the rest of today from Euro, here we can see it. So the more colorful this map becomes, the more rainfall is expected. So there may be some additional showers loitering around in parts of the Lesser Antilles, especially the Leeward Islands, as I mentioned, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and even for parts of Hispaniola. Maybe some spots in the southern Bahamas, here and there in Jamaica as well. But overall, as I said, it's going to be quite dry, quite sunny, down to Central America, especially southern Central America, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. There may be some downpours in some areas. Similar story for northern South America. As we saw, there's already some activity across some areas, but elsewhere, little to no rainfall activity is expected through the rest of today. As it relates to the winds, as I mentioned, it's quite windy across the Caribbean. Most islands, maybe winds of at least 15 going up to 20 knots, a bit stronger in some areas such as the Central Caribbean and just offshore Hispaniola, as we can see those blue shadings. So it's quite windy in the Caribbean, those stronger winds coming from the east or the northeast for some areas. Now going on to the wave heights, nothing too dramatic right now in the Caribbean. For most areas, it's anywhere from a foot going up to maybe 4 or 5 feet in wave heights. However, within those areas of the stronger winds, especially offshore Colombia, the wave heights are a little higher there, so maybe up to 9 feet in the South Caribbean. Offshore as well in the Atlantic, it's a bit more active out there as well. But overall, nothing too significant is happening across the region, and there's a lot of dry air around as well that's helping to suppress the rainfall activity, and that's definitely not something surprising to see, seeing that we're in March and the rainy season will start kicking in as we head into next month and eventually into May. And so that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you in this update video, guys. I hope you found it to be quite informative, but if you have any questions, do feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'll respond when I get the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.